Stop taking my chips! Stop taking my chips, okay?
Okay.
Hey, won't you pour me another? I'm going in, so wish me good luck. Yeah, gotta put on my favorite song. I need a...
Does your vagina turn green or blue during pregnancy? I know, it's a tricky one. If you said blue, then you'd be correct. Sorry, I don't have any prizes, but that's a great fact to keep in the back of your mind when there's like awkward silences at parties. I don't know. Anyways, many women will get blue vaginas and it's due to varicose veins. Like and follow for more odd facts.
So, you happy with my taco? My taco? You're lucky you're pregnant. You're lucky.
It's good.
What's up, buddy? Here, I know you're hungry. Here you go.
Fair warning, I had a request to talk about tearing, so here we go. Perineal laceration or vaginal tearing can happen when either baby's head is too big and can't fit through the opening, or the baby's head is normal size and the opening isn't stretching. Tears are categorized in degrees of severity, a 1 through a 4. A 1 being a laceration to the skin, and a 2 being a laceration to the skin and the vaginal muscle. This is the most common. Hear me on this. Not everybody tears, but if you do, it's likely that your provider will use stitches to repair the tear. And if you do, then recovery will likely be a little bit longer. But there are some things you can do to prevent tearing. First, perineal massage starting at 34 weeks. Second, consider a water birth. Third, try using a warm, wet towel on your perineum during labor. And 4, position matters. Try not to labor on your back.
Please don't be ugly. Please don't be ugly. Please. Please. Oh my God!
We're gonna try this again because a ton of people keep asking. So, the husband stitch. What is it? This is an additional stitch that some, well, a few, hopefully not many, providers may add after they've repaired your tear. It's additional, it's unnecessary. And here's the problem I have with it. Oftentimes it's done without consent. Not your body, not your choice. Number 2, it makes the opening smaller, not the whole canal. Number 3, gentlemen, no well-endowed man ever asked for this. So it's really saying more about you, isn't it? And finally, it can make getting back into the bedroom harder. Recovering from a tear is already hard enough as it is. You don't want to make it more difficult. It'll backfire on you, promise. Husbands, love and respect your wives. Do not ask for this. And doctors, get consent.
Is the spider in there?
No.
Why do I have to open it now?
Oh, we figured you'd want to open it.
Oh, she's recording. Why? Is something gonna pop out?
No, I promise you nothing's gonna pop out.
Aww. Congrats on what?
Shut up!
I'm doing it! I'm doing it! Yeah! Yeah!
to my comments, medical consent during childbirth is still an issue. And that makes me so sad because it is so simple. You are in charge. Not your mom, not your husband, not the nurse, and not the doctor. You. You get to decide what happens to your body. Unless it is a life or death situation, there is time for them to explain it to you. Let me give you an example. I'm 19.5 hours into labor with my first child. I had been pushing 3.5 of those, and my doctor was concerned because I was getting tired. She came this close to my face because I am still trying to push this baby out and still contracting, and she knows if she comes close enough, I can focus on her. And she explained to me what 3 options she had in her mind, and that was push the baby out, episiotomy with a vacuum extraction, or a cesarean, and that's on consent.
Babe,
What's up?
you're the love of my life for now.
What do you mean for now?
Yeah, because in a few months, I'm going to have a new one.
Who? Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
Because I'm pregnant.
Yo,
Crazy things people said to me when I was pregnant, part 7. It's been a while, but buckle up for the best backhanded compliment you've ever heard. Seriously, this woman should have won an award. Picture it, 6.5 months pregnant in Maui. I loved being pregnant in a bathing suit. I could sit there with a plate of nachos on my belly, hand to mouth. Ugh. Anyway, so I was sitting in the kiddie pool because that's where my kids are playing, lathered up in sunscreen because you have to be careful when you're pregnant. You can sunburn so easily. So I got sunglasses, a hat, the whole 9 yards. You know how when you're at the pool, you're close to each other, you can overhear conversations? I had overheard this conversation this woman had been having all week. It's not very uplifting of people in bathing suits, just so you know. I'm in the kiddie pool talking to my sister-in-law, and I turn forward. I see her next to me. And this lady has the brass balls to look at me and say, "You're so brave." I go, "Excuse me?" She goes, "I know a lot of people don't think pregnant women should wear bathing suits, but I think you're so courageous." I said, "Well, I don't know who you know, but I'm not courageous. I'm just hot and pregnant." I've never heard that before. She goes, "Oh yeah, I think it takes a lot of bravery." I said, "Well, you know what? I think it takes a lot of bravery for you too. It's 2020, right? Why can't women support women?" And that's on using sarcasm to deal with toxic people.
So I've had an accidental pregnancy before, and I've also gotten pregnant on an IUD. So I keep these little dollar store pregnancy tests under my sink for, you know, whenever I get freaked out, which is like once a month. Anyways, let's see what it says this month. And let me just say, the 3 minutes you have to wait for these things is so frustrating. And look at me, I'm breaking out. And is the breakout stress because the world sucks right now, or is it pregnancy acne? Anyways, I have 1 more minute, and yeah, sometimes being a woman sucks. And maybe I'll start my period, which is late, in the next 60 seconds. Let's see. Also, I used my Shiwi, if you didn't see the video right before this one, to aim my pee into this cup. It was kind of fun. Because if you have to pee in a cup to take a pregnancy test that you really want to be negative, you might as well make it fun, right? The time has come. Can I get a drum roll, please? Hallelujah. 1 line means not pregnant, but I'm not even 100% sure that dollar store pregnancy tests actually work. I'm gonna go drink some wine now.
What the hell?
Stop saying that.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Stop.
What the hell? What the hell?
This right here is part of the birth canal. Picture how amazing this is. A full-term fetus spinning and inverting and then going through this area to be born. It is absolutely incredible.
One day you noticed that your belly button, which is really, really large, but nonetheless an innie, started sticking out, and it was really weird, but you thought, that's kind of weird, and you just kept carrying on with your life. But it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and you thought to yourself, maybe I'm turning into a real-life Cabbage Patch doll because it looked like this. And this goes on for a few weeks, but you didn't notice anything else weird, and it wasn't hurting, so you thought, this is just my new belly button. Until one day your friend announces that she's pregnant, and the wheels in your head start turning. You think about how last month's period was kind of light and that your condom broke a month ago, but you took the morning after pill, so you were okay. But then curiosity got the best of you and you got a pregnancy test. Actually, you got 3 pregnancy tests. They were off-brand because you were poor and broke, and so you took 2 of them. They were both positive. Then you made your boyfriend take the 3rd one because you thought they probably didn't work because they were off-brand, but his said negative, so you knew you were pregnant. It was traumatic. So you go to the doctor where they confirm your pregnancy and they say, you're probably about a month along. Here's what I look like. But they say, let's do a sonogram to find out exactly. So they hook you up to the machine. You see a giant spine on the screen. You start bawling. The nurse says, how far along did the doctor say? Because you're like due in a couple months.
Girls, I don't know why you still be having periods when you can just hold it in. I've been holding mine in for like 8 months. I do be getting kind of fat though, but that's just all the blood.
Hey babe, is this Blue the blue of his car seat, or is it this one? I'm trying to pick out his coming home. Which bib fabric gathers more spit? Okay, we have bottles, wipes, teethers, pacifiers, burp club. What do you mean we don't need that much? No, that's dirty. Yes, I know we have 6 different types of soaps. What if one doesn't work with his skin? Then we try the next. Hey, you think the flannel in his bedding will be too hot since he's being born like next week? Is 72 degrees too hot for a baby's room? Yep, that's gone. Is that a contraction? He's gonna be in there. Could a baby fall in a dryer? Where's the baby proofing kit? Soon, buddy.
3rd trimester of pregnancy, be like. Babe, I think my water just broke. Oh, you know what? No, I think it's urine. What the hell is that? Babe, I have a stretch mark. Well, not picking that up. I'm out of breath. Hey, Dr. Lewis. Yeah, I was just wondering, is it normal to feel like you're about to die? I'm like a well. No, babe, I'm serious. I feel like shooting pains in my wahoo area. Do you realize in like 3 weeks or less, I have to push a baby out of my wahoo? How am I gonna lose all this weight?
This looks like a baby, but really it's just snacks.
She always working out. Look at her.
There's a baby in there. She is saying hi. You didn't hear her? She said, hey girl. Hey girl, what's up?
Hey babe, give me a kiss.
No!
You
no!
actually...
Don't you dare! It's mine!
You hit me, babe!
It's mine!
What the fuck?
We put in one. Well, we don't. The doctors do. Put in the other. Lock them. And then as you push, the doctor pulls.
Okay, so here we go to our first appointment to see if we're pregnant for you. Are you excited?
Super duper excited.
Okay, so I just left the doctors and I'm pregnant for you. Mommy and Daddy are excited. Hey, little baby. Mommy is in the hospital for Auntie Katie because she's about to have your cousin in a few hours. Okay, baby. Mommy and Daddy just found out what you were last night, and you're a boy.
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
That's him moving? That's baby.
Oh, look at him.
Okay, it's baby time. And I'm out here looking crazy with my fuzzy ass hair. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Hi guys, I'm going to be doing another gender old wives tale. So I am pregnant with baby number 3 and we find out the gender in 9 days. This one I'm taking my wedding ring and a piece of my hair. I will be putting the pendant over my belly and asking it to swing a certain way for a boy or girl. So I just thread it through. Keep in mind you can ask the pendant to go any way you want. I said if it's a girl, swing back and forth, and if it's a boy, go in a circle. You can also use a necklace or any kind of pendant, but yeah, anyway. So I just rest it on my belly and I lift my elbow up while I'm laying down and let it go over my belly. It takes quite a while to get to where it's going. Real slow right here. If you want to see if this old wives' tale is correct, then make sure you follow me because I'll be going live for a gender reveal. But it is swinging back and forth, which I asked the pendant to go back and forth for a girl.
Mommy!
What?
What happened?
They're called stretch marks, baby.
Oh! Hey!
It's not very nice.
Baby's duck.
Baby's yuck?
Okay, who's ready to have a baby? That would be me. Please, get this thing out of me. We actually have a new system that will relieve your pain while in labor by transferring the pain to the father, if you're up for that. Oh. Yeah, okay, fine, just get it over with. Okay, we'll start off with 20% going to the father then. Okay, that's a little better. Whew. Wow, I'm not feeling anything. Turn it up to 40, Doc. Okay, 140. Wow, I like this system. I don't feel anything. Oh, excuse me. Hey, what's up, man? Dude, I feel like I'm passing a kidney stone the size of a watermelon right now. Dude, you need to get that checked. Turn it up to 60, Doc. Oh, it's getting worse! Oh, dude, it's getting what? Turn it to 100, Doc.
Babe, are you okay? Is the baby okay? Do you need anything?
Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright.
Crazy things people said to me when I was pregnant, part 6. My husband reminded me of this one. The audacity of people. Hold on. So I'm working retail, obviously my first. I'm checking a gal out and the counter comes like right here. Only like 4.5, 5 months along. With your first baby, I wasn't showing that much. So we get to talking, she notices I'm married. She says, you're young to be married. I said, well, I'll be 27 this year. And then she looks at me and says, well, don't have any kids. I said, funny you mentioned I'm actually pregnant. She goes, oh, honey, why would you do that? I said, well, we're excited. She goes, well, that just means you need to keep your options open. She follows it up with this. You know, after kids, men don't look at you the same way. I'm just saying, he loves you now, but once they blow out that region. I said, well, I'm not too worried about it. Side note, that whole region didn't get blown out. But I looked at her and I said, well, you can always do stuff after you have kids. Surgery, whatever makes you feel good about yourself. She goes, well, I'm just telling you, keep your options open. I said, I think I'll stick with this one. And she parts with this. Youth is wasted on the young. And that's on Toxic Opinions.
I am going to show you one of my absolute favorite demonstrations with a balloon and a ping pong ball. Okay, the balloon is going to act as our uterus in this scenario. The ping pong ball is going to be our sweet little baby, and we're going to talk about how contractions work, how dilation works, and how phasing works. So we gotta get this in here. And load up. We have our balloon as your uterus. Our ping pong ball is a sweet little baby putting pressure on the cervix, but no change down here just yet. If you're experiencing Braxton Hicks contractions, practice contractions, that is actually getting your uterus ready for the real deal. When the day comes where you actually start going into early labor and well into active labor, your uterus is going to start helping shorten the cervix and phase the cervix so that you can actually start opening up and dilating. And that muscle, what happens is the muscle builds to the top to help push the baby out. Okay, and I'm going to show you a demonstration of what that actually looks like right now. Okay, so when you actually go into labor, your uterus is going to start pushing from the top and putting pressure on your baby. And this all happens with the help of hormones, of course, and pressure from your baby itself. And you can see where the cervix has started to shorten and you're starting to phase and get into that 100% effacement before you actually start to dilate. At this point, you're starting to get into active labor. Maybe transition is coming close. Maybe you're starting to see the baby's head with some contractions and some good pushing. Baby is going to be out. Come on, mom, you can do it. You can do it. Ah, we're almost there. We're at the ring of